This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1014, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, and mogul, Derek Miner.
Hey.
And once again, from Austin, Texas, author, speaker, podcaster, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
I was supposed to be in London right now. I just realized that. And I'm not.
Why? What happened?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I canceled it. I just, work got busy. It was not the time. It was not
Was
a
this
good
a
week for
fun
me
trip?
to be away. Yeah, it was going to be vacation. I was just like, you know what? Priorities. I can vacate some other time, and my team needs me this week. We got some transitions going on, so I just canceled it.
I feel like it'd be a weird time to be a tourist in London. It seems like a lot going on over there. It doesn't seem like the most fun time to visit that city. Again, my interpretation of it is mainly through what I see on the news. But it seems like they've been making a lot of headlines for not great reasons lately.
That is
so
true.
Maybe
maybe
find a better time to go.
Yep, there you go.
I should want to go like Mourn the Queen or something.
Yeah, that's why we were going. We wanted to go more.
That's what I figured. I figured you want to go pay your respects.
Big figure in my life. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I will mourn the Queen privately
His
here at
nose
home.
is growing as he's speaking right now.
I will continue to mourn the Queen privately from my house. Okay. Fair enough.
The other part of it was honestly like my fall started filling up with a lot of work trips and stuff, like a lot. And I just thought like, you know what? I need balance. Like I almost feel like I'd be overdoing it.
Good for you, Cameron.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like, all right, I'll pull back on this because I said yes to that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say yes, and not create some margin. So I just wanted to. Do you guys do that? Like, do you like, I don't know. Do you change plans very often or are you like rigid? Like, I literally canceled this trip the day of the trip. I was like, I just don't feel excited about it. So I called Delta, no problem. You know what I mean? It was like, I think I want to be home. And so I just did that. I don't typically do that, but I don't know.
I never make plans. Plans are always made for me, and I just kind of show up. And I honestly, most places I don't want to be.
I'd rather be home right now.
Same for me. I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I've gotten better over the years of like, it's easy for me to say no. So I can say no to things and plan ahead. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm going to Israel now. In a few weeks. And
I've never been and I want to go.
Oh, that's dope.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think this will be like, we might have an opportunity to take the cast next year. Like, that's kind of what I'm going to scout out a potential podcast trip. So, more on that later.
Ooh, I like that.
All right. Yeah.
I am of the mind that every Christian should go visit the Holy Land. It does something.
That's what I've heard.
The tangibleness of the Bible coming to life is life-changing experience. So, all right, moving the show along. Coming up later, we talk to Lecrae. He has a new album coming out, a highly anticipated new album. We talked to him about all that. Also on the show, we have table topics at the end of the show. Those are always fun. I can't wait for that. And coming up next, stay tuned. It's Slices. You're listening to Illy. The song is Too Cool to Be Somebody, but it's spelled with the twos, like too legit to quit. Too cool to be somebody. Yeah. There you go. Illy. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Tim Tebow's book, Look Again. Have you ever wondered what would change if you truly believed you were infinitely valuable to God? In his New York Times bestselling book, Look Again, Tim Tebow reveals the powerful truth that when we learn to see the image of God in every person, including those we struggle to love, everything changes. Tebow shares incredible stories from his work with people the world often overlooks, and it will challenge you to stand up to the lies, rediscover the worth that everyone has, and impact the world for good. Find Look Again by Tim Tebow, available now wherever books are sold. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
So if you were out on the streets this week, on the big night, on Halloween, you may have noticed just, a percentage more people out there. Part of the reason is because, according to research, pastors are getting, more chill about encouraging their congregants to not participate in the holiday. Back in 2016, 12% of pastors said that they were actively discouraging their church members from participating in the holiday. This year, it was only 8% said that they were actively trying to get congregants not to participate. They also found that between pastors 18 to 44, they were much more open to just not really even caring or acknowledging the whole idea of not participating in Halloween. Now, they asked pastors, what do they encourage their church members to do? 58%, so 71% said they encouraged to invite people to like a Halloween alternative. 34% said that they wanted them to hand out gospel tracts to trick-or-treaters. In other words, an invitation to get your house egged.
Do it. Don't do it.
Exactly.
Only 13% said to avoid it entirely. But 58% of pastors said that they should use the opportunity to build relationships with neighbors who trick or treat. I like how Lifeway worded that. Build a relationship with neighbors who trick or treat. In other words, just celebrate Halloween.
Just be a normal house. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Celebrate just like everyone else and don't be a weirdo is what more than half of the pastors are actively doing right now. So I thought this was interesting, especially in an era where I feel like the stakes in the culture wars have seemed to be rising significantly with the issues, especially around Twitter, and kind of look at a lot of the debates that are going on around politics and social issues. It is interesting that they're kind of saying, well, some of these issues that seem to be a big deal in the past aren't really that big deal anymore. Are you guys observing that? I feel like Halloween just isn't that, it doesn't seem like churches are really sweating it these days.
Well, I thought of that when you said the stat, because the last one was from 2016. And I'm like, a lot of things have happened in our country since 2016. And so I think pastors are like, let's bring down the Halloween, the anti-Halloween, hopefully, and focus on other things, because there's been a lot of things that have happened since 2016 that are more important than Halloween.
I also saw a stat this year that said, this is before Halloween, that said the majority of American households were not going to hand out candy this year, 52%. And while like 13 or 14% of the or maybe a quarter of the of those people said it was inflation, like candy was too expensive, a big chunk was still religious, like we don't celebrate Halloween, so we turn the lights off and we don't hand it out. So, I mean, there's still a good chunk of Americans that definitely were, along the lines of like, no, we're not going to encourage this. I had a family in my neighborhood that would not only turn the lights off, they would put really judgy signs on their door. Like, if you're coming up here to get candy, this is a Christian home. How dare you step foot and with your Satan stuff,
So wait a minute. You're telling me there's a holiday that lets you actively love your neighbors by giving them gifts and showing their children and their families a good time. And you want to celebrate that? Come on now, heathens.
Well, it's officially behind us. We don't have to worry about it for another year.
Yeah, exactly. But if you did notice more people, maybe it's just because
that's right,
a lot of churches are, like I said, getting a little more chill. It's about time.
All right. What do you have, Jamie?
Well, I have something that I found very interesting that you guys are reporting on at Relevant. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but when COVID-19 hit and then we started getting vaccines and several different vaccines, did anyone ever think like, wow, they developed a vaccine in like months? There are a million other things that we are plagued with health-wise. Why do we not have vaccines for that? Did y'all ever think that?
I didn't, but you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, where there's a will, there's a way. You know,
that's
like
what
this
I
is a
found
pandemic.
myself thinking. Oh, they got that pretty quick and relative speaking. And so BioNTech founders believe that cancer vaccine will be ready by 2030. I mean, that's around the corner.
A cancer vaccine.
Yes.
Wow.
So they say that these researchers say that a cure for cancer is still in the way, but in the meantime, a cancer vaccine could be the key to preventing cancer from a patient. And basically, the couple behind the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, they had been hard at work studying cancer and trying to find a cure and preventative measures. And then COVID hit, and so they switched to that, and they produced a vaccine there, which that was quick, right? So they're still working on it. And they said that the development of several COVID vaccines in record time showed the possibilities of this mRNA vaccine technology, which could one day become an effective treatment to help beat cancer. So they're just saying, hey, it's out there. The science is working on it. There's still a long way to go before it's officially on the market. But there's also, they're not saying like a vaccine that prevents all kind of cancer. Like that's a ways off.
Yeah.
But they're still working to determine.
It's for a specific, they're talking it's for a limited kind of cancer.
Yeah. Well, they're working to determine what makes someone susceptible to cancer in the first place. So they're still working on that. And then they're working on what kind of vaccine could prevent that if you were susceptible to it. I think it's very interesting. And when COVID vaccines started coming out, I was like, well, this is great, but we've been battling things forever. Let's see if we can get a vaccine for that. So.
Well, but I'm not a scientist by any stretch, but my understanding was that vaccines are more for diseases like viruses and polio. It's like a deterrent. Like cancer is a mutation of cells inside your body. I would have thought that's a different kind of thing. Like there's not a vaccine for like breaking your arm. You know,
right.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around that. Again, maybe I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, if they're saying they're working on it,
but they're working on it.
Yeah, that is interesting.
All right, what do you have, Derek?
So for 8 years in a row, 8, count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years in a row, Chick-fil-A is the choice among teenagers for fast food restaurants.
Obviously.
They got good taste.
And it just goes to show when you pray over your chicken and you fry it, good things happen. So even if the lines are long for no reason, they're in the most odd places in the world, teenagers love Chick-fil-A.
Do you want me to tell you why I think this is surprising? Like we all love Chick-fil-A, and I'm a grown woman, in her 40s. I love Chick-fil-A. Mm-hmm. I think it's surprising to me is because Chick-fil-A is not cheap. And so I would have thought that teenagers' favorite fast food would have been something that was a little less costly.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Something that like, I don't want to eat Taco Bell. I don't want to eat Jack in the Box. But I would have thought teenagers who don't have a bunch of income, that's what I would have thought. But I'm happy for Chick-fil-A. I love that Christian chicken.
Mm-hmm. I have a theory, and it has to do with the price point too. But you see this with In-N-Out. In-N-Out always like ranks highly too. And I think the one common thing they have, in addition to vocal Christian founders and owners, is like it's a very limited. It's a very limited menu. Like there aren't a lot of options. Like if you go to Taco Bell, I got a Taco Bell down the street and you order on one of the touch screens, you know, I'm not going to lie. You're scrolling, you know, they're inventing new ways to pack meat and cheese and tortillas all the time. They got Dorito. They got like 6 Dorito kinds now. It's a little overwhelming. It's same thing with a lot of fat. Like if you, I don't know, do you guys have Cookout near you?
No.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Google.
Right
hey, hold on. I'm gonna.
Cookout is literally a cookout.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you look at the Cookout menu though, it is insane. I mean, it almost looks like parody. Like when you pull up to the, I'm going to send you guys.
It's like the Cheesecake Factory where there's like a million things to eat.
Yeah, opposite.
No, it's worse. I'll put it this way: you can get a burger. And you can get a burger, and for a side, you can get a hot dog and a quesadilla.
Check out the link I just dropped in that chat. That's a literal fast food place menu called Cookout.
That's a lot.
I mean, it is so overwhelming. But here's the thing with Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out. it's like it's what 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
right? Like you get a chicken sandwich, chicken tenders, or like with In-N-Out, you get the burger one way with cheese, or you get it without. It's sort of like it's almost like the supreme of fast food. You know what I mean? Like it's a degree of like the not so much like scarcity, but a very kind of limited. You have limited options, right?
It's premium price too.
Premium price, a scarcity model. And I don't just think it's with teenagers. I just think human nature, especially in kind of the digital age, is we're so inundated with having to make decisions all the time, right? Like we can have whatever we want. I mean, we have app stores and, music stores and podcast catalogs all on our phone. I think sometimes just the limited menu and the premium price point, not just when it comes to streetwear drops and things like that, but when it comes to just, hey, it limits my ability to have to make another decision. I think that kind of plays into it too.
Easy.
This is insane.
The cookout menu.
You really can get a double burger with 2 sides of a corn dog and a walking taco. You can get a corn dog, taco, and burger as a meal.
It's madness.
And it's cheap.
And they have a drink size called huge tea. It's just huge.
Hey, Cameron, look at the prices.
This has to be old.
crazy.
Inflation cannot keep up with these prices.
Bro, you remember that water bottle we was cooking you for?
Yeah.
Like it's literally
right over
that
there.
big. It's like
insane.
this. Like it's crazy.
That's insane. I saw these when we drove up to Virginia Beach. We saw signs on the interstate for cookout coming up and stuff. And I was like, Jesse, what is that? And he's like, dude, we eat there every week. It's so good.
Dude,
It's like,
I mean, they give you a bag and you got like 40 things in it, from like cheeseburgers to quesadillas to like weird Butterfinger milkshakes to, chicken sandwiches. And it's like a gigantic bag of like 50 things. And they're like, all right, that's $8. Like, I mean, it is.
Yes.
Jeez.
crispy chicken wraps you can get a Cajun wrap for $1.85. Like, it's like, it's a meal. There's a ton of stuff for 99
I don't know how they're
cents.
making. I'm convinced it's some sort of money laundering because I have no idea how they're making money.
I mean, you literally can get a burger for $1.99. Who sells burgers for $1.99 anymore? That's insane. Good for them.
Yeah.
Inflation proof. All right. Well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Lecrae joins us.
Turn the lights on. Find me a narrative. Something positive. It's written and played a few times before. I heard it once, so I'm not sure. On the phone, I told you. Why open your eyes, go good or bad. Drive straight to the ocean. And see where we won't find out. Even the righteous beheaded loved ones. Now it's hard to connect.
You're listening to Phoenix. The song is Winter Solstice.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by John Mark Comer's book, Garden City, a book that speaks to the tension we all feel between work, rest, and purpose. The New York Times bestselling author John Mark Comer takes us to the scriptures to identify what it really means to be human and flips the script on the idea that who you are matters, not what you do. He shows that God created us for meaningful work and meaningful rest. Both matter. This book helps you ask and answer the big questions. Does God care where I work? Is there a direction for my life? So you can discern God's heart for your calling, your rhythms, and the way His Spirit wants to shape every part of your life. If you're longing for purpose and a more grounded way to live, check out the new hardcover edition of Garden City wherever books are sold.
Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God.
Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Erwin McManus's book, The Barbarian Way. Some books don't just inspire you, they confront you. The Barbarian Way, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, is one of those books. If you felt the pull of God towards something deeper and wilder than the safe, predictable version of faith that we settle for, McManus reminds us that following Jesus was never meant to be tame. It's meant to awaken courage, passion, and purpose God placed inside us. He draws from the wild stories of Abel, Noah, Moses, Rahab, and others to remind us that following God wasn't meant to be tame. Safe faith isn't working. Step into the story God is writing for you. Choose passion, choose boldness, choose The Barbarian Way. Available now wherever books are sold.
Well, our guest today is Lecrae. You know him. He's a rapper, founder of Reach Records. He's releasing Church Clothes 4 tomorrow. And he sat down with our very own Downtown Emily Brown to talk all about it. Also, how he's changed as an artist and a man over the last decade, and how he's determined to use his voice for the greater good. Here's our conversation with Lecrae.
I'ma do it, put a top back, 06 top down, 4-4's Glock now. I'ma do me, let the critics go and talk now. Right it even up for what my left hand doing. How I'm gonna be worried what the next man doing. Say that like I'm in the cool.
Well, I am very excited to speak to you today about Church Clothes Volume 4. When you first dropped Volume 1, did you think you'd be making 3 more volumes?
Nah, I don't even know if we even called it Volume 1 initially. That's a good question, but I'm positive we had no idea we would be here.
Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to make volumes? Like, instead of just doing like a different album, like why did you want to do a volume?
I think we realized that there was something uniquely special about Church Clothes when the first one dropped, and it just kind of shut down the mixtape website. We realized like we really hit a nerve in the culture, and there was just something uniquely powerful about it. And I think my team helped me understand like this is probably when I am my most freest, authentic self as an artist. And so in order to capture that consistently, where it's kind of like, hey, we're not going to have a lot of bells and whistles, and we're not going to go hunt down a John Legend feature. We're just going to make great, whatever comes to mind, we're going to make the music. That's Church Clothes. And so we just said, let's do this regularly. And here we are.
I do want to say I have always appreciated how you have been so authentic and so honest, both as an artist and as a human. I really appreciate it, and I want to acknowledge that. But I'd also love to know, how do you stay true to yourself? Because I think that is something that everybody struggles with. So if you feel comfortable, I'd love to hear kind of what's the secret to it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with having good friends, right? Like, and my friends are very thoughtful, very caring, and it's taking time to cultivate those relationships. But, we'll sit around and, have conversations or studies, and they'll make it a point to say, hey, I want to celebrate this aspect of you, because everyone's always celebrating your music and your accolades, but there's other aspects of you outside of music that I think you need to know we see and we appreciate. And that challenges me to be my real self, because there's people who see those sides of me and who value them. And so I don't have to worry when the rest of the world can't see the nuance and can't appreciate it, or comes at me sideways because of something, because there are people who see me on a regular basis, and they're comfortable sharing with me like, we don't like this, or they're comfortable sharing with me like, this is a good character quality. And those are the voices that really matter. So it helps me to just stay on point.
They tired of waiting, they bragging, they in the building. Ain't building nothing, we out here building the children. I love them, boy. Spit it how I live, feel it in my breath. Walking like I talk.
I would love to talk to you about your single, Spread the Ops. I really love it. It's a very bold statement. And I love the message, so I think it's so important. So I'd love to know, why did you choose that one as the lead single for this?
Yeah. We chose Spread the Odds for a lot of different reasons. One, because we felt like, just in all honesty, it was the most like probably accessible in terms of like music and message combined. It was kind of current with where the state of the sonics of hip hop music is right now. But then it was also jarring in some senses to where people had to kind of wrestle with some things, like some of these lines that are being said. And in the video, of course, where we're just tackling some tough cultural things. And I think that was important just to set the precedence and to set the stage, because there's some fans who just want quality music. Yeah, I like quality music, but there's some fans who want the underlying deeper nuance that I want to offer. And I felt like this was the perfect combination. Because on Church Goes Forward, there's songs that are just straight up like, man, challenging musically. But then there's other songs that, sound amazing, but maybe the message is not as nuanced and I don't know, meaty. So this was the perfect combination where people can wrestle with it.
I think they hate me. My babe tea. Ain't no pardons in the garden if you snake me. You can't break.
I would also love to know, like, what would you say to someone who's coming up and they maybe have these ideas, they have this message they want to share, but they just don't know like where to start? Like how can someone get their message or their creativity out there?
Yeah, no, that's really good and helpful. One, I would say, begin. You just got to begin, right? You got to begin crafting. And it's probably not going to be the greatest thing you ever made. Like, that's just the reality of it. Whether you're writing or whatever kind of art or creativity you are expressing, you got to do it. My philosophy is every song that I write needs to be written. They may not all need to be recorded, but they all need to be written because I need to get that out. And I would just tell a creative, like, man, go for it, push yourself and study the craft of other people who do it well. Even if you don't share their worldview, and don't worry about being boxed in or pigeonholed. Like, create a new picture of what it can look like for a believer to make great art.
Don't be afraid of them people. Don't be afraid of the evil. They can mistreat us, but they'll never take us from Jesus.
What are you hoping listeners take away from this album?
That's good. Honestly, I really hope to there's no one safe on this project. Just so, people are like, what side are you on? There's no one safe because, whether it's political, whether it's business, ethnically, we're all fearfully, wonderfully made and fearfully and wonderfully guilty of, misinterpretations and mess ups and failures. And so nobody's safe, not even myself. So there's a lot of, I want people to be able to step back and say that God isn't choosing sides. He doesn't take sides. He takes over. And I think like what people don't realize about Jesus is he was a Pharisee, right? Like he would be a Pharisee, but what he was doing was he was saying, hey, all my fellow Pharisees, you guys are off. And you've heard it said, but I say, and I think that's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to say, hey, my fellow brothers and sisters, y'all are off. And we all are. There's no conservative savior. There's no liberal or progressive savior. None of us can rest our hopes there. There's no way to invest that will ultimately change the future of our society financially. Like, the poor will always be among us. It's what are we ultimately giving our time and attention to? And I feel like that is being a good follower of Christ and following him. I think his ways are the best ways. So ultimately what this project does for me is it draws a line that says, listen, I don't have it all figured out, but I know this is not it. and he is. So I'm trying to follow him, and hopefully that's what people will walk away with.
That was Lecrae. Make sure to check out Church Clothes Volume 4. We've heard some of it. It's really good. It's out tomorrow. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's Table Topics.
I am you, you are me on the TV, fighting for our love. We don't get what we want, just maybe we get what we deserve. And you can't be anybody else, but you see yourself best in me. You don't wanna lose.
You're listening to Young the Giant. The song is Other Side. All right, well, this is where we normally have our games. As you guys know, Tyler Huckabee, our longtime friend and coworker, has moved on to new endeavors. So we don't have a Tyler game today. We will be transitioning to we've been having some meetings. We got some ideas cooking for a bunch of fun segments that we're going to start rolling out. But this week we're going to do a little get to know you with the cast. The whole cast is back. We've thought it'd be, it's fall. We're settling in. Let's just have a little convo. It's a little table topics. Just little icebreakers. So here we go. No particular order. I just grabbed my stack of Table Topics cards. This is funny. If you heard last week's episode, just happens to be the first question. Have you ever been bullied? Have you ever been bullied? We know Jesse has by a bunch of 9-year-olds.
I'm going to take a hard pass. I'll tee that up to you guys. I don't want to revisit my trauma.
Is it bullying though if you're bullied by 9-year-olds? Is it?
Yes.
Yes, Jamie.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Jamie, it is.
It's bullying for sure.
You have all the power though. You're the grown man.
You would think. I actually they have more power.
Okay.
They have way more power. They have way more because you can't do anything back.
Okay, you might be right.
Yeah, he's not getting physically bullied. He's getting verbally bullied by these 9-year-olds.
Even if I was getting physical bullied, I can't fight back.
You can just hold them. You can hold the top of their forehead with your hand fully extended and keep them away.
Kids these days like watch MMA and stuff. Like they know moves that I don't even know. They can armbar you. Some 8-year-old right now can armbar you. I guarantee it.
We fighting. You put your hands on me, we fighting.
No, but that's the thing. That's the kid. Even 8, 9-year-olds are watching World Star videos. They know moves, man.
They know what to do.
They know exactly what to do. They grew up on this, man. We grew up on Scooby-Doo fights. They grew up real deal.
Derek, you ever been bullied?
Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Well, like what? Any funny stories or just trauma stories?
Nah, all traumatic.
All traumatic. Okay, never mind.
All traumatic.
Yeah. All right, here you go.
All traumatic.
Next question. Let's move on from the trauma. This is another trauma question. What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you while playing a sport?
One time I was playing a sport and my team won by too many points.
I don't have an embarrassing sports story, but I mean, performing is similar. I mean, you're working out, so
sure.
It's very similar to that. So I was in Houston. It's probably 4,000 people at this event, and I'm performing, and my pants literally split right down the middle. Just everything's just out in the open. Everybody on the front row saw everything.
Front or back? Front or back?
Front.
Oh,
front to back.
Split in the front.
Wow.
So all of my progeny was showing. So I went in the back. I put on some basketball shorts. I signed the ripped shorts and threw them in the crowd.
Look at there.
So we saved it. We saved it, but it wasn't looking good there for the home team for a little bit.
That happened to me this summer. Not a rip pants, but I spoke in an event. And when I got done, my mom and dad happened to be there. And my dad was like, "Hey, come here, I want to tell you something." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Hey, your zipper's down." And I said, "Well, how long has it been down?" He goes, "The whole time you were speaking." I was like, "Dad, you were on the second row. You couldn't have winked twice or like waved your arms or something." So literally, I spoke the whole thing and my zipper was down. And my parents saw it, but they just decided to tell me afterwards. So like, come on, tell me.
Gosh.
I need to know these things.
Yeah, the old wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah,
All right. Who was your nemesis in school?
Nemesis.
I didn't have a nemesis, but I did confront a girl one time about a boy. like we were having a little boy drama.
Oh, what happened?
What happened? Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was just like it was her ex-boyfriend, but I was dating him now. So she was talking trash about me behind my back and nothing happened, but I just felt really big and bad for doing that. So, I mean, I had the boy. I mean, it was like, I don't know why we're fighting here because he's mine now. Is what it was.
Yeah.
It was what I was. My point was. Yeah.
I'm sorry that you.
My nemesis was more in college, and it was all RAs. Like I fundamentally like disagreed with the RA, just the institution of resident advisors. They were just dorm fund police in my mind, and they were selling their soul and selling out their dorm mates for a little scholarship money. I just didn't appreciate that. I still don't. If you're an RA or a former RA, to this day, we got beef. I'm sorry. We do. You made your life decisions. I made mine.
You fundamentally have an ethical issue with somebody receiving scholarship money to narc on their friends. That's basically what you're saying.
Precisely, Cameron. You're just saying you're just wearing it on your sleeve that you're selling out. You know what I mean? Like, I know you'll sell me out. That's you're getting scholarship money for this. I just had a fundamental issue with that whole institution, Didn't
you do stuff to RAs though? Didn't you
We tried to break them. We tried to break them their first week. I mean, sometimes, not gonna lie, I went too far. Like, it went from,
do you think that might be the reason why they tried to narc on you?
It was a preemptive strike, Derek.
Jesse drew the battle lines. The guy could be a really nice guy, like would have been a great RA, but Jesse just came in, guns blazing, basically. Just made him the enemy from day one.
That's right. We have to see how you're going to take this. You know what I mean? We have to. This is trial by fire, night one.
What did you come on? What did you do? Like, what were some of the things y'all did to roast your RAs?
Some of it was like we would have like a wing outing. Yeah. And then during that, and it was like a big group event, but we would all make a pact to do something that was way against the rules, like, and if he did it with us, we knew he was cool.
Oh,
if he didn't,
it was a test.
we were going to have issues. Yeah. Like, we scaled, like, you could look it up online if someone wants to see it, but the campus of Oral Roberts University, where I went, and Cameron went as well, has this giant sculpture of praying hands, right? So we had an outing, and we brought climbing equipment, and everyone had to scale it, at least get up to the base. If you could reach a knuckle.
30 feet tall, bronze statue. It's like
if
a
you could
world
reach
record,
a knuckle.
huge bronze statue, yeah.
But if the RA is going to bail and go tell on us, we knew he wasn't cool. So part of it was just, can we peer pressure him into breaking the rules and risking his scholarship? Part of it was just, the standard stuff, just duct taping them into a room. Wait,
what does that mean? Hold on. He's in the room and you duct tape him to the chair, or you duct tape his door shut?
His door shut.
Okay.
So, but he's on the inside, so he doesn't know why the door's not opening. Dude, you'd be surprised. About 6 roll of duct tape, you can duct tape a grown man into a room. It's duct tape is very strong. Duct tape is very, very strong. Yeah, I mean, just little stuff like, hiding sound machines and stuff in the room to make them think the room's haunted. Just like little degrees of psychological tests. If you pass the test, we're going to be cool. If you fail them, we're going to have an issue. So my only nemesis was
every single RA that ever lived.
Did you break any of them?
Every single one.
Did you have any move off your floor?
Yeah,
we did too.
Yeah. I mean, I made one cry one time, and I felt bad about that.
Oh, Jesse.
You made a person cry?
I didn't, but he did cry. I saw what happened. Listen, that wasn't fun.
What happened?
I don't even want to go there because I'm just saying some pranks cross the line.
Okay. From Jesse
there
Carey
are things
saying that. Yeah.
You can put things in a microwave that smell very bad and crank it to 10 minutes and just walk away. And there's no coming back from it. That room has permeated. That smell's permeated the walls.
And now
you're going to need a fresh coat of paint.
Kids pick on you today.
It's called karma, man. What goes around comes around.
It's coming back.
You give it, you're going to receive it. Oh man,
I'm not an RA. Okay, I'm not an RA. I would
you're an
never
authority
be.
figure on
You're
that.
just a baseball coach.
Yeah, you're a baseball RA.
I'm not narking on kids. I'm telling them when to steal second. I'm telling them when to steal things, Cameron. That's a cool thing. I'm not enforcing the rules. I'm telling them to steal bases, get aggressive, to do cool rebellious stuff like that. And they're punking me from a whole bleacher full of stranger parents who are laughing.
I mean, dude, you showed up wearing green and black shoes. You asked for it. All right.
We're the green team, dude. We're the green team.
There you go. That makes sense.
Okay.
Good
All right.
for you.
All right. Who are your role models? A little different.
R.I.P. Steve Irwin, crocodile hunter. What a legend.
Steve Irwin? He was your role model?
Dude, that guy seems like, real talk, he seemed like he never had a bad day in his life. You know?
We had one bad day.
Every time he's...
I'm sorry. Take that out.
He had one bad day.
No, we're leaving it in. We're leaving it in. First off, how dare you, Jamie? That's my role model. So hard pass on, you know what?
delete.
I'm sorry.
He, in my opinion, he's up there with like...
That was so bad. I feel
Betty
I'm
White.
going to lose sleep over that comment is what I'm telling you right now. I'm going to lose sleep over that.
As you should. As you should. He used to be on a Mount Rushmore with like Betty White and LeVar Burton, you know, celebrities who were just like, you know, they're just a breath of fresh air whenever you see them. No one's got one bad thing to say.
LeVar still alive, bro? Relax.
One day.
I'm saying it's a very short list. It's a very short list.
This is going.
We can memorialize him. We can put him up on Mount Rushmore right now. It's a living tribute, Derek.
Derek, who are your role models? Other than Jesus, who are your role models?
My mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
For real. I'm not gonna lie, like I love my mom. For real. She's my role model. I don't really have a lot of people like. It's crazy because all the people I looked up to crazy now. So, you know, I guess, you know, that's how it goes.
Isn't that interesting? Like when your heroes let you down, like how that affects you.
Yeah, and then too, you know, I think. Let's see. I'm trying to think. There's a couple people that, I mean, even when you think about like church and all of that, like there's been a lot of the craziness that you just like, dang, I thought that guy was, you know, a role model, but not so much. But here's what I will say, though. I guess I'll say this about the role model thing. You learn things from people in seasons. So I'll put that. But the person that I've been like, been solid from the beginning is moms. But everybody else outside of moms, I'm like, hey, I'm going to learn what I can learn while I'm here. And you know, that's that.
Smart. All right. Yeah. What are you afraid of at 3 a.m.?
Jeffrey Dahmer coming into my house.
Are you for real?
Are you asking me if I'm for real?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what happened this weekend. I was at a hotel and I woke up at 6 a.m. to someone playing like what I would imagine Jeffrey Dahmer music, what he would listen to when he was about to like go in for the kill, playing this music at 6 a.m. And I look over from my bed and I look over towards their room and we have a connecting door. You know, in the hotel where they have the connecting door. So mine's locked. But I full on imagined this person tearing down that door, coming in to kill me. So that was my fear at 6 a.m. in the morning. But mine...
So just murder in general?
Just murder in general. You know, 3 a.m.
Did you watch the Dahmer documentary?
No, but people in my family have, so I'm aware of it.
Intruder for me, definitely.
Intruder.
I'm not even worried about something happening to me. I'm worried that I might get blood on my walls when I shoot them.
Wow.
Like, that's really kind of the thing. I just don't want to be in that kind of scenario where I have to hurt somebody.
I was going to say mine is that I forgot to set the coffee before bed, and I got to do that in the morning because that's always a pain. Really like to have a hot cup waiting for me. So, but yeah, I get.
So Jamie is being murdered, Derek's is murdering, and yours is forgetting to set the coffee timer.
I love it.
Yeah, because it's a real hassle. No one wants to get up and be like, I got to make my own coffee. You know, like I'm just gonna stay in bed. I'm calling in. I'm calling in.
Coffee. The whole experience of grinding, weighing the beans out, grinding them.
Oh my gosh,
them in my
it's like homework.
machine.
Jesse, a couple weeks ago, Aaron was setting the coffee before Sunday morning. So he was like setting it on the thing. And then the coffee pot was in the dishwasher. So I said, don't worry, I'll put it in before I go to bed because he goes to bed before me on Saturday nights because he's a pastor. So I was like, don't worry, I'll put it in. I woke up in the morning and there was coffee all over the counter, the floor. He had thrown towels on it, but I didn't have time because I never put the pot in. And so like that coffee brewed, but there was no pot. And so it was everywhere.
Oh man. Party foul.
That was a big party foul by me.
Time out. First of all, I didn't know that people do that. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Set the coffee the night before.
It takes like a minute.
So
What?
the idea is to wake up to fresh coffee brewing. It's kind of like a wake up thing.
Yeah, you set
Like an
you
aromatic?
set the timer. You set the timer for like 10 minutes before your alarm. So all you have to do is walk in and hot coffee's waiting there. I don't have to go do, a chemistry experiment first thing in the morning while the gears are turning, or just kind of waking up. If I don't have it ready for me, it ruins my whole morning.
So you're talking, you guys have the carafe, like big pot of coffee sort of coffee maker. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those. So.
No, this is this old school like coffee mate.
Yeah.
Just got a timer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you're making one cup, Cameron.
That's a carafe, like a... Yeah. I inherited the offices when we were remote. I inherited the offices really, really, really nice Italian espresso super automatic machine. And so like, it's a one button. It's just one button.
Got it.
And I'm like, I want a latte. I want a cappuccino. It grinds the beans. It foams the milk. It does everything. I just set a cup in, hit a button. I'm good. So
no. Cameron's Cameron's machine is not one button. That you need an engineering degree to operate this thing.
What are you talking about?
It's got about 50 buttons. The one that used to be in the office, that one, it's got like 50 buttons, but none of them are clear. They're just weird German signals.
No.
It's like one with like
Italian.
a hand.
No, it's
like
in Italian. It's an Italian
smoke.
espresso machine.
And it's like, what is the hand and smoke bean? And then it's like a bean. And then like a bean split in two with like an exclamation point. And you're like, what am I supposed to do with this information?
That is the strength of the espresso grind. You go, mild to strong.
Do you disagree with me? It is at least 50 buttons and they're all covered in bizarre German symbols. It's like
Italian.
Okay. It's like looking at emoji hieroglyphics trying to operate this thing. That's what it is. It's like it's like emojis that you can send. And it's like, I'm supposed to ascertain. I just want a cup of coffee here, man. I don't want to have to get out the decoding book. It comes with it literally comes with like a decoding book.
The top left button is CAFFE, coffee in Italian. You just hit that one button and a hot cup of coffee comes out. That's all you got to do.
The only thing about Cameron's machine is if it goes down. Like I remember when I was staying at Cameron's machine and there's like, it didn't make coffee. And I was like, what happens? And it was all these alerts. And I'm like, I don't think I can afford it if it's broke.
You have to fly in a repairman from Italy.
Shut up. No, about every 3 days, it'll do the alert and it'll say, hey, the grind cup is full. So you just empty it and then you're set, it resets and you're good to go. So it doesn't you know what I'm saying? Because once it grinds the beans and brews it, it has to go somewhere.
Listen, as soon as you take the master class on how to operate this thing,
it's super easy
it's
after
so
that.
easy.
And
then you just got to dedicate about an hour and a half a week to cleaning, maintenance, and programming.
Shut up.
And you're going to get a cup of coffee for at least 4 of the 7 days a week.
I will give you the fact that you do need to be trained in basic Italian and you do need to maintain it every once in a while.
It's like owning a boat. It's like if someone buys a boat. They're like, man, the boat's gonna be great. Let's check out this boat, man. And you're like, dude, I'm doing nothing but maintaining this thing. It's the old saying, the 2 happiest days of a boat owner's life is the day they buy it and the day they sell it. I think of that coffee machine the same way. Like it's the boat ownership of coffee machines. It's a lot more work than you're thinking, and it's gonna be a lot more expensive. It's gonna break all the time. That's okay. I'm done.
Hasn't broken once in 3 years. All right, here we go. Last question. What one thing would you want to do most if you had all the money in the world? For me, I'd buy the Orlando Magic. I'd make them an offer they couldn't refuse.
Mine is easy. I would travel with people that I loved. Like just bring people on trips all the time. Like.
Would you buy a plane?
A plane and houses in every country. Yes. I mean, we're all acknowledging that we give a lot away and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in a studio with every artist I looked up to.
Done.
Oh.
Because they'll come for the check, right?
For
I mean, if the
sure.
check's big enough.
And I wouldn't even care if the album sold records. It's just like I just want to
Experience
get in the studio
it.
and experience the process. Yep. That's what I would.
It's cool.
I would hang out with people and I'd be like, hey, have you ever had an idea for like a crazy movie? I feel like I'm always in conversations like, man, you want to be a cool movie? That would make a cool movie. And I'd just be like, done. Here's a blank check. Go make it. Go hire Martin Scorsese. And I would just make as many super high budget, terrible movies as possible. And well, you know what? That's actually kind of what Netflix is doing. So,
I was going to say, you're describing the Netflix model up until this year.
Yeah.
I would show your movies
Blank
on
check,
my
here you
plane.
go.
That's what I would do. I would show your movies on my plane.
Thank you.
That's perfect. All right. Well, that was fun. That'll do it for Table Topics. Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Lecrae for joining us. Make sure to check out Church Clothes Volume 4. It's available tomorrow. Don't want to miss that. Also, head over to relevantmagazine.com to check out our awesome fall digital issues. There's incredible conversations with MIA, the cast of Amazon's The Rings of Power, Tycho, N.T. Wright, so much more. If you're a Relevant Plus subscriber, make sure to check out your enhanced digital version of the magazine too. It's available in your account page. You can just click right there, and it's perfectly and beautifully designed for tablets, phone, desktop, and more. Also, while you're at the site, make sure to check out our weekday devotional series, Deeper Walk. It's presented by Lumo. There's a morning devotional email you can sign up for, or you can just check out that day's post in the faith section right there at relevantmagazine.com. Okay, on that note, we'll wrap things up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Jamie Ivey, and if it stayed in, I apologize for the entire Irwin family. That's what I'd like to say.
You know what would be funnier is if he took it out and we left that in. So, like, wait, what did she say about the Irwins?
All of them.
Hey, not on their Jamie, on their behalf, not accepted.
Yo, I'm not lying. I will think about this for a week and feel bad that I said that. I wouldn't have felt bad if it was just us four, but because there's microphones on and it's being recorded, I feel very bad about it.
All right, Jason, take it out, bro.
Nope.
No. I'm Derek Ryder, and I'm having a blast.
We'll see you guys next time. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Dude, you'd be surprised. About 6 rolls of duct tape, you can duct tape a grown man into a room.
Relevant Podcast Network.